Hello, fabulous Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of September 2017, looking at life and love. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What an amazing month it is. In many ways, we are continuing some of the learning, some of the lessons that took place with the big eclipse that happened last month. You may want to go back and watch last month's video again, because what's happening this month is, first, in the early part of the month, Mercury, and then as we move further into the month, Venus, both will be activating this particular eclipse point. And what that means is further developments, further conversations set to take place, further clarities, and also bringing heart and blessings to those areas of life touched by the eclipse. So we are continuing some of those lessons, but the energy is also going to change up for you in wonderful ways. That particular eclipse was highlighting very strongly for you parts of life that had to do with home, that had to do with the foundations of your life. And now things are about to get more fun. In fact, fun is very highlighted with the sky this month. There is the possibility of overdoing it a little bit, so I just want you to be mindful of that. Mars is going to move through a part of the sky for you that has to do with fun and enjoying life and living it up, but it also has to do with flirtation, and it has to do with your heart and your desires of your creativity and your creations. So this can be very lovely when used well, but because as Mars moves through this part of the sky, is going to stand across from Neptune before we get to the new moon that takes place in that part of the sky, which is speaking with Saturn, it is very possible to overdo it here. Okay, so here's some things I'm going to suggest. Where it comes to the new moon in the second part of the month, be mindful of alcohol. I'm going to just put it out there, of overdoing it on that front. Enjoy your life always, but there are ways to enjoy life without necessarily pouring energy in a way that leaves you feeling tired. Now, this is true in just about anything. So it is about finding that right balance. Part of listening to your heart and enjoying also means taking care of yourself and listening to yourself. In fact, there's nothing as rewarding as staying connected to you as you go out into the world. So this is going to be part of your sacred learning this month. And this also includes in love as well, particularly if you're open to meeting someone new. It is possible that a flirtation comes up and it ends up feeling like it's taking a lot of your energy, or there are a lot of questions. Look, I'll tell you, when it's right, there is an ease with which things transpire. That doesn't mean that relationships necessarily are always going to be easy. That doesn't mean that it isn't a lot of work sometimes to look at ourselves deeply the way that relationships will sometimes ask us. However, especially where it comes to meeting someone new and establishing that connection and pursuing that connection, there is an ease, there is a sense of being on the same page with this person, that if it's not there, if that ease is not there, it tends not to work out as much, right? So these are some things you want to be connected to, because I have a feeling there'll be some Taurians out there who meet someone new and it ends up feeling very exhausting, or it ends up feeling like there's a lot of questions, or, oh my God, why isn't he picking up the phone, and stuff like that. If you're feeling that, it may not be the right time, or it may not be the right person. So just pace yourself, go with the ease. And again, if you're enjoying your life anyways, then things have a way of coming together quite beautifully, that you don't need to worry so much about the minutia of one particular person, because you're enjoying so many people in your life. And that really is where your strength is, particularly as we get to this new moon. So at that new moon in the second part of the month, I feel like there is going to be a little bit of a reality check. If you find yourself pouring a lot of energy in a particular direction, that's when you'll go, okay, maybe I don't need to do that so much anymore. Maybe I can ground myself a little bit, and that will end up being the most empowering thing that you can do. Now, the same, of course, is true in an established bond. There is something very powerful that happens in an established bond, and that is the realization that this is a whole other person and they have their own will and their own desires and things that they're desiring to do with their life. And at the end of the day, we facilitate each other's spiritual growth, but we're not responsible for it. And by facilitate, it means not necessarily taking ownership for the decisions that someone else is making. That may be part of your sacred learning this month. And this could work out in terms of a relationship with a partner. It could also work out in terms of a relationship with a child, where it seems like if you have children, it could very well be that your child is making certain choices and you've got to allow them to do that, because part of love is that acceptance of that allowing. You can guide people, you can guide your partner, or you can, give your opinion. You can guide your child. Of course, that's a big part of being a parent, is guiding your child. But at the end of the day, the soul sort of knows what it is that it is supposed to do. And people will make choices for all kinds of reasons. And it has nothing to do with you. People will make choices that ultimately is about leading them towards the things that they need to learn. That may very well be part of your sacred learning this month in matters of love, in matters of new love, in matters of established love, and also where it comes to any children, if you are somebody who has children as well. So let's go to earlier in the month, because I jumped to the later part of the month because that's where all the love stuff was happening, all the fun stuff was happening, and I wanted to give you a heads up. But early in the month is also a lot of fun as well. We have a full moon taking place in a part of the sky for you that has to do with friendships and groups that you belong to. This full moon is happening very close to Neptune in the sky. There is a lot of dreamy energy around this time, okay? So I would say that it could feel like a friend is part of making a dream come true for you, or it could very well feel like there is a deep spiritual connection with a group of people that you may hang out with, or certain friends as well. Nurture those bonds, but I would say that at the end of the day, this is Neptune. You will know your answers in terms of what actually is going to materialize for you by the time we get to that new moon towards the later part of the month. But at least in the early part of the month, when we have this full moon take place, let it be about the spiritual connection. Let it be about the belief and the feeling, and let it nurture this sense of a very sacred contract that may be playing out between you and other people in your life. Ultimately, this will help you to feel the love and feel a sense of glimpsing the spiritual purpose of different people in your life and different groups in your life. And that can be a beautiful thing. But as far as any promises or expectations go, just wait until that new moon happens in the later part of the month, because that's when things will feel a lot more clear and a lot more direct as well. What I love about this month for you is that it is really about coming out from home and enjoying your life, connecting with other people, and living it up. Do so with a certain sense of connection to yourself, a certain sense of responsibility, and all will be well with your world, with yourself, and with your heart. Thank you so much for watching. You can get a video like this every week, and also special horoscopes like the Jupiter special horoscopes by logging on right now to nadiyashah.com, astrofabulous.com. Sign up to be one of my superstars. Superstars get exclusive expanded video scopes every week, and all kinds of special video scopes coming up as well, including, as I said, Jupiter specials right now at astrofabulous.com or nadiyashah.com. Thank you again for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.